asked that man what a 1-3-1 matchup zone was. He said it's just like a 2-3. I said, you can't.
Yo, that's wild.
Basketball. I said we can't talk basketball.
Yeah, like you could have said, you could have either said I don't know the exact difference or something. Like I could respect that, but like you can't just want to sit there and say it's like a 2-3 zone, like live.
True, is you ready or what? Go ahead, man.
I'm ready.
My favorite. Boston probably said 2011 about the last 6 months, man. 2011.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. SB, you ready?
I'm waiting on you. You said you're going first. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going on mute because I'm waiting on you. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, everybody mute up. We got random debate that just popped up out of thin air. SB wants to try to take from True to King. Can he do it? True to King feels that Bill Russell was greater. Go ahead. Your time starts now. I'll let you know when your 2 minutes is up.
Hello, everybody. Listen, let's get straight to the point. Bill was greater than Kobe for multiple reasons. It's plenty to even name. For one, Bill was always the best player on the team when he even got to the NBA on the Celtics for them 13 years he was in the league. Kobe was riding the bench, wasn't even getting no clock. Role player for a couple years he was in the league. Then when Kobe was elevated, when Shaq, he still was behind Shaq. Bill was more dominant in his era than Kobe was. When it comes to leadership, when it comes to taking his team to the next level, and all that stuff. When we talk about who is greater between Kobe and Bill Russell, what does Kobe do that is great? Scoring. Kobe may not even be a top 5, maybe top 10 scorer of all time. When you talk about greatness of Bill Russell is arguably the greatest defender of all time, and maybe even the greatest rebounder of all time, even the greatest winner of all time. So when you compare greatness if you compare greatness between Kobe and Bill Russell, it's just simply you cannot compare. Kobe had to prove himself being greatness when Shaq left. Are we serious? When Bill Russell was helping the Celtics get in the championship his first year, Kobe was riding the bench behind Eddie Jones. That's all I have to say for this first round.
That's true.
That's it.
SB when he forego the rest of his time, so we're gonna start the timer over.
All right, let me know when to start.
Just go ahead and start. All right.
All right. So I wrote down a couple points that you said Bill Russell dominated, and you also said Bill Russell was always the best player on the team. Noted that one of his best players on his team has the same resume as Michael Jordan and John Havlicek, which is comparable to Michael Jordan with MVPs, undefeated in the finals, 8-time champion. But you say he's always the best player on the scene. Look, I respect history of the game. Bill Russell was a great rebounder, but it almost was a guy in the same league as him named Wilt Chamberlain who put up more boards than him, statistically, in which we all know that we love stats. When you say Kobe was a role player, yes, I agree with that. He was a role player for 2 years. Then actually they traded that guy named Eddie Jones to start Kobe Bryant. And then also when Kobe Bryant became this Shaq guy, when Shaq was sitting out in BS during the season, Kobe carried that team. You remember during that last championship. You could actually debate the fact during the greatest era of basketball from 2000 to 2010, Kobe was in that conversation. Can you really say that for Bill? Because also you got to understand that the draft was set during locations where the Celtics pick players from that location. They took the best players at that time, but you don't talk about that. When you look up at the banners in the Boston Stadium, you see majority of Bill Russell teammates with their jersey retired, but you want to say that guy's the best player. I don't necessarily agree with that. Because if you're getting the best players from your region every time, how can you be the best player on your team? He wasn't a great scorer. Was he the great rebounder? I give him that, but you got Wilt Chamberlain. Did he invent the fast break? Yes, because that's the first time where the league sees something like that never done before, and he took advantage of that. See, I respect Bill Russell for his time, but you got to understand the skill set and the mindset of Kobe, because the Mamba mentality was the leadership factor, the same way I called the Bill Russell mentality was a leadership. thing. So if your leadership is the only thing that you meant, if the leadership is the only thing that you're gonna lean towards, you're gonna lose because players today living off what Kobe built off them. That's round one.
Hold on, that was a good round one. Let me reset the timer real quick. So hold on, I'm about to switch my Wi-Fi real quick to make sure my audio feels good. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? When the clock starts, man, you got your round two, man. You gotta rebuttal everything you just said, man. Go ahead.
That was cute. When you talk about leadership, let's not forget Kobe. One of Kobe's mentors was the Bill Russell. Matter of fact, Kobe gave Bill Russell his credit for his mentorship to winning his last two championships. So we're gonna just don't compare leadership when it comes to that. And when you mention the great players of the Celtics, listen, you need great players to win championships. Kobe had great players, Bill Russell had great players. Cool. But let's not forget, before Bill Russell got there, the Celtics was nowhere near winning a championship. And when he retired, they couldn't make the playoffs in the next 2 years. So that's a big drop off. The one thing about Bill Russell, one of the reasons why he's greater, the other reason why he's greater than Kobe Bryant, that he was the common denominator of winning. He didn't need Bob Cousy to win a championship. He didn't need John Havlicek to win a championship. He didn't need Sam Jones to win a championship. He didn't even need his own head coach to win a championship because, if y'all didn't know or if y'all forgot, Bill Russell was also the head coach his last couple years in the league, winning 2 championships. Player head coach, first ever black head coach in American sports, by the way. But that's also showed the greatness of Bill Russell. Being the best player and also being the head coach with no assistants, by the way. That is greatness. Kobe, in his career, have never did anything compared to that. We seen Kobe in his primes couldn't even make it to the playoffs. Getting put out in playoffs, early rounds. Kobe can never win without Phil Jackson. Bill was the number one common denominator of winning. You can't say the same thing with Kobe Bryant. Kobe got 1 MVP. Bill Russell got 5. Tom.
Jeez. SB, man, you got some work to do, man. You got to clean this up, man. But when the timer starts, just go ahead and rebuttal. Go ahead, man.
Okay. That's this. You said I need to put in work in this easy work. Okay, so look, you said Bill Russell mentored Kobe Bryant. It's crazy how if we go on YouTube and type Kobe and Michael Jordan, everything is a carbon copy. I disagree with that. Then also you said when Bill Russell retired, the 2 years they was trash. They won 34 games, then 44 games. I had to look that up when you said that. Then after that, 56, 68 wins, 56, 60, 54, 40, 44. Then they went down to 32. Then in the 80s, they took off when they got Larry Bird. So the 2 years you claim they were trash, the next year after that, it was still good. And then I'm so confused from the point where you discredited his teammates and you go look at, I keep bringing this up. If you look up at the Celtics history with these old Kennedy rings, all majority of them are Bill Russell and Bill Russell teammates. Sam Jones, John Havlicek, who got the Michael Jordan type resume. Hold on, let me make sure I look at these names again because it's a lot of Celtics legends that played with Bill Russell. Casey Jones, Franklin Rams, like all these guys played with Bill Russell. Do you understand that? But Bill Russell has not proved that he cannot win without great teammates because Kobe faced the adversity of that. You cannot be good without Shaq. You know what Kobe did? Yes, he was trash, but you had Kwame Brown, Smush Parker on your team. I doubt you can make the playoffs, but Kobe was still in the conversation as one of the best players in the league without great teammates. You know what he did? Took a player named Pau Gasol, who everybody thought he was great, not a Hall of Fame, but took it to a Hall of Fame level and made the finals multiple times and won 2 championships and was the finals MVP. So with all this false narrative that you bring in, because I feel disrespected as you as a Celtics guy to disrespect the other guys who put their Celtics jersey on. You know why? Because you got players on your team right now who can't even wear the basic jersey numbers because they played with Bill Russell with number 2, 3, 5, and they retired. You know when they retired? In the 60s with Bill Russell. So stop disrespecting these. I'm so disappointed in you as a Celtics fan to disrespect the other guys around Bill Russell. Like Bill Russell was just Wilt Chamberlain numbers putting out there like that. Stop it, man. Stop it. That's the disrespect, man. Stop it, man.
SB swinging back. SB swinging back a little bit, man. All right. Wait, you got the last round. Look, we got the last round. Then we're going to take it to the chat. The chat's going to decide one. Then we're going to talk about it here on the panel. But when the clock starts, Trudy King, you got your last round. You got to make it a good one. Go ahead.
First and foremost, nobody disrespecting Bill Russell's teammate. Everybody knows you need great teammates to win championships. But when it comes to Bill Russell's greatness, this transpired his whole basketball career. He won championships in college where 3 other on the starting 5 didn't make it to the league. Then he went to the Olympics, won there. So when he went to the NBA, he won there. Point example why he was a number 1 common denominator of winning, point blank period. And then you brought up the fact that they won later on. First of all, if you win a championship and the team becomes and you retire and the team becomes trash the next 2 years, that's a big drop off. So all that we were saying was a reach. And going back to the MVPs, right? And let's put these in perspective. When Bill Russell won his MVPs, it was a player's vote. When Kobe won his MVP, it was a media vote. The players around him voted him MVP 5 times in 13 years. The players, his peers said that. That's the one of the reasons why he's greater than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, you can argue that Kobe Bryant was nowhere near ever the best player in the league. You can't say that with Bill Russell. Then don't now you bring up stats and whatever case may be. Who did Bill Russell play with better than Shaquille O'Neal? Who? There's nobody. Bill Russell also was a better playoff performer. Hindsight, the Bill Russell Finals MVP award. The All-Star MVP is named after Kobe, right? Well, let's be honest. If I ask you a question, which award would you rather have, the All-Star MVP or the Finals MVP? Come on now. When it comes to Bill Russell and everybody list, he is automatically top 10, top 5. When it comes to Kobe, a lot of people don't even have him outside the top 10. Case closed.
Time. Whew. All right, man. SB, last round, man. This has been a good one right here. SB, you got.
Hey, is my background too loud?
Slight advantage because you got the last round, so you got.
Hold on, wait. Is my background too loud?
Nah, you good. You good. All right, nah.
Give me 1 second. One second. My fault. Okay, I'm good. I have to close the door. My baby watching Sonic. My fault. Go ahead.
All right. So when the timer starts, man, you got your last round.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we gonna take it to the chat. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go now.
All right. So I had to write down something again because you brought up college. You said Bill Russell was something so great in college and the praise. Kobe came out of high school. That means more. He was so great that you don't need to go to the next collegiate level. Then also you brought up when Bill Russell played for Team USA. I remember when Team USA was in a flux. And you know who they brought in? Because we just seen the redeemed team story, and we was not good unless Kobe Bryant came and saved the day. We brought in LeBron was there, a young great LeBron, a young D Wade was there. Everybody talks about that. And the main thing about it, you could bring the excuse that, they did that because Kobe got this cap. They already had this thing pre-recorded and set even before they was already making it before Kobe died. And they said Kobe was a denominating factor. When they came in to see Kobe working in the morning, that's what his leadership changed that. Boom. So let's check that out. Then I keep going to the teammates thing because now I'm starting to doubt that you're a real Celtics fan. Because how can you look up at the Raptors? I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry, guys, in the chat. But I'm just feel disrespected because it's me as a Bulls fan. I can't say, look at Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen trash, but his name is in the Raptors. So you just go overcredit this guy for being this good of a player and you knowing that he had substantially great Hall of Fame teammates that make the difference. You don't get 11 championships without an all-around good team. The Celtics during that time was good from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Then you want to talk about playoff stats. I just seen Kobe Bryant with the great Shaquille O'Neal average the same amount of points he did with 30 and was a deciding factor. And then when they lost the finals one time when Kobe was going through his whatever situation, we ain't going to talk about this, that was why they lost to the Pistons. And they literally said Kobe was a deciding factor because his head was not in the game and he was being egotistic. So if you telling me a guy's not impactful enough that his team could not win without him, because if Shaq was that great, he would have led them over the Detroit Pistons where Ben Wallace was guarding him. Ben Wallace was a great defender, but he was little. And Shaq was getting dominated on the defensive end by Ben Wallace. But where everybody bring up Kobe one head in the game, Kobe sold us. Stop the cap, True. I'm disappointed in you.
That's time. That's time.
Woo!
All right, man. It's time, man. So SB came with the energy, man. True came with the energy as well, man. Look, we're gonna open it up to the panel. I'm gonna let the panel discuss. While y'all do that, go ahead and drop the poll in the chat so the chat can vote on it. Mingle Gesture, I'm gonna start with you. Your thoughts on the debate in general, and who do you think won?
Now, Lamont. Now that's what you call a debate. I was on the edge of my seat. I wanted another round. That's what you call a debate.
That was a good one. That might have been one of the better ones. That was a good one.
Now that's what you call a debate right there.
I got to give SB his props. SB did show up a little bit. If he came off the dome, he did show up. I didn't expect that out of SB.
And I gotta say this.
I do this though. Look, every time True was talking, I wrote all the points down. I was cooking his ass. I wrote you said, let me write this down real quick, bro. I do this debate.
Hey, and I gotta say this. True surprised. True was hitting hard, but True was throwing on Mike Tyson punches. He was hitting hard. I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord. Wait a minute. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
that was a good debate. I like that was awesome. That was awesome. Man, look, I don't even know who to pick, man. Oh Lord. Oh man, I'm in between on this one, bro. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh man, that was a good one, bro. I don't know. Damn, I don't know. Man. Hey, come back to me, little man. I gotta think about it some more. Come back to it. Come back to me. I gotta think about it some more.
All right.
Yo,
Come back to me. 30.
Yo, that was fire, yo. That was you from all levels. You talking about from facts to entertainment to rebuttals to fun, everything fantastic, yo. Fantastic job, gentlemen. Fantastic job. Like, yo, that's up there. That's up there for one of the best ones. In regards to the debate, both guys made great points. Both guys rebutted great. I think the good thing for both guys did a good job describing the player's impact and accomplishments. I think SB leaned a little too much on the teammates. I get his point, but like he carried that throughout every single round, and I think it took a little bit away from Kobe. And for True, I think he missed the point. I think there was a counterpoint you could have said about Kobe, but you missed about it. But rebuttals from both you guys, fantastic. From SB improvisation, from Kobe's transcendence to True's that coach thing, that shit was hard. I'm not gonna lie. And hit them with a narrative, the All-Star MVP with the Finals MVP, good shit. So if I had the edge, I would give it 2-1 True, but very great battle, very great debate.
Yeah, Ralph, what you got on that?
Oh man, good battle, gentlemen. Good battle, but SB clearly won this. You brought up the Finals MVP thing is disgusting because your man retired as soon as he got in the league, so he wasn't even in no prime or anything. He didn't have a chance in hell to get a Finals MVP because, like the Jerry West thing, the other guy would have got the MVP every year because he didn't have the sexiest stats. In rebounding, he said arguably greatest, like SB said with his rebuttal. How can you be the greatest rebounder when the guy that's scoring 50 a game got more rebounds?
But I said arguably though. I didn't
There's
say
no
like
argument. It can't be an argument.
I said arguably.
Let me finish the state.
It can't be an argument, bro, because he has more than him. Because with anybody other stats, we like when y'all do the Kobe, I'm like, well, John Havlicek is better than him because he had more points per game than him and all that. Keep that same energy, bro. And then they only got him in the top 5 because of nostalgia, bro. He was never the greatest player in his era. It was always Wilt. Wilt came in and won the championship on Bill Russell watch with a stacked team. And then his team dissolved and Wilt started losing against Bill. Them Warriors won the championship soon as Wilt got in the league. He put his dominance in soon as he got in the league. So,
like Ralphie, if you had a talk like this during your debate, I probably would have gave you the win. Damn, Ralph. So much passion.
Let him play.
So yeah, I got SB, but
you got SB winning. So right now, hold on. So Sturdy, you picked True. Ralph, you picked SB. So it's 1-1 right now. We still waiting on Mingle's vote. Let me go to Herm. Herm is right there. Herm, your thoughts on the debate? Who you got winning this one?
It was a great debate. Both guys made absolutely great points. They could have attacked one another's points harder towards the end, but it was great all around. It's kind of hard to pick because it was very, very close because it wasn't, they went back and forth. They didn't have a stale moment in that whole debate. I love the way True came with the Bill Russell topics with his facts, and I love the way SB came with Kobe. And I know SB a Jordan guy, but he defended Kobe pretty damn good. But with all that being said, though, I'm gonna get the edge to True, though. I'm gonna get the edge to True. I think True edged it out with that last round. Because SB didn't come back with the last round focusing on the team. SB could have edged it out, but since he came back with it, that's what to me lost it for him.
No, I even got who you got on this.
Ooh, this was a close one. I actually, Lamont, I think that you should change your format up just slightly in the future to make it fair to the person that goes first. I think that they should be able to get a 45-second. If the person goes first, if they choose to go first, because nobody wants to go first, let that person get 45 seconds at the end of the debate so that they're not always just on the defensive, So, but other than that, okay. So I agree with True the King. I just agree with him. However, SB, his rebuttals were good enough to if you didn't know anything about basketball, you might want to go with SB. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna. What's the score right now?
I think it's 2-1 or 3-1. I think it's 3-1. It's 2-1.
2-1.
Even though I agree with True the King, man, I gotta give it to SB. I think SB brought some fire at the end. That last rebuttal put him over the edge.
And for the record, I want to argue my case. I want to argue my case. But I want to argue.
Mingle didn't get his vote.
Yeah, Mingle.
But let Mingle vote before I say what I got to say.
All right, go ahead, Mingle.
Well, I'm still on the fence though. Oh, have mercy. Oh crap. Oh Lord. They were hitting hard, bro. Oh man. Oh man.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Man, don't just put the comment up about you. Put mine though. They going
I
back
don't
and
know.
forth in the chat. Show me some love too. I know True your boy, but damn.
Man, just
No.
put me down as
No, that's
undefeated.
I clicked that. No, I clicked that on accident.
My ass.
Just put me down as undecided.
No, it was good though.
Just put me down as undecided, Lamar. I don't know. I can't make a choice. I can't
So
choose.
you got to draw. So you saying a draw?
Come on, you decide to vote.
Yeah, I'm gonna say draw. I can't
Okay,
choose.
so with me, so here's the thing with me, and this is my logic behind why I'm going to choose. The great debate, great talking points, both sides. Now, if I'm mistaken, y'all can correct me later, but I don't believe this was a debate between who's the better player. It was about who's the greater player, right? Because if I'm having this debate, the first thing I'm going to do is admit Kobe's the better player. But when you're talking about sheer greatness, I mean, I think True kind of hit home with the best player of his era, hands down. The best rebounder of all time, arguably. At least he's in the best defensive player of all time. He's at least in that conversation. If you don't have him there, he's up there. I mean, there's so many things where that's
True
and
didn't
then
say that,
obviously with the coach. No, hold on. He did. He said it.
And
when you go to the
rebounder, not defense.
I said
he said
defense. I said he was a great.
No, he didn't.
I
wrote everything. I wrote everything down. True said he didn't
defense
say
was defense was one of the first things that he said.
Yeah, I said defense. I say he's great. One of the greatest defensive players. He's the greatest defensive player of all time, arguably the greatest rebounder of all time.
But what I'm saying is my thought process is when you think about just sheer greatness, there's so many categories that Bill Russell was great in, and then is at the top of those categories statistically and given the eye test as well. Also, the awards match it and everything. I think when it just goes to sheer greatness, you can talk about the level of competition all you want, but I think Bill Russell edges him out just in sheer greatness. Kobe's the better player. That's why I said, SB, I think you have the tougher assignment because if you're going off sheer greatness, you're going to have to really prove a ton. And, you did kind of try to knock some things down, but I think True edged you out. When you talked about the teammates with Bill Russell, I think he edged you out when he said, well, he never played with anybody like Shaq. And I think the edge that you had with teammates, I think he nullified it when he brought up he never had a teammate as great as Shaq. So I gotta give it to him.
How did Shaq got a better resume than Shaq?